haven't had a chance to discuss this except on Tuesday night's main event, so I wanted to chime in just a little bit. And I think it's a great time to do it because the Pokemon company, and they made a official well, let's say this. There's an official statement, and we'll read a little bit about it and what it is that they said. Let's see. Reading this for IGN, the Pokemon Company has made an official statement regarding Palworld, saying we intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on IP rights related to Pokemon. While the Pokemon Company doesn't specifically mention Palworld by name, it is very clear this statement is in response to yada, yada, yada. And looking at some of the statement here, I will read it right now. We have received many inquiries regarding another company's game released in 2024. Obviously, we know what they're talking about. We have not granted any permission for the use of Pokemon intellectual property or assets in the game. We intend to investigate and take the appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on their IP rights related to Pokemon. We will continue to cherish and nurture each and every Pokemon in this world, blah, blah, blah. Now, they're not saying much here. They're just acknowledging that Palworld exists. We already knew, and this is my position on this. Palworld, and legal stuff. Though I've gone through my share of stuff, so let's say that related to IP, and maybe came out on top of that. But I think people have to understand, like, companies, especially that massive, you can call it overreach, call it whatever you want, work very, very hard. They're very litigious, like Nintendo, Pokemon, to make sure that they are, that you understand that they exist and they will go after you if they feel the need. Now, Palworld is interesting because, yes, it like kind of this ripoff. The game, maybe not as much because it has a lot of survival elements, and you can argue that there has been those elements that have been there in some kind of Pokemon game, but it does differentiate itself from them for sure. That's a thing, and I think it's important to acknowledge that. And it's not going to be the first. It's not the first, and it for sure isn't the last, like, Pocket Monster sort of ripoff, right? That's because Pokemon, you can make the argument, wasn't necessarily the first. They for sure popularized it. But yeah, when you see that level of success, people are going to imitate in some way. And I don't even care to acknowledge fanboys and girls feeling some kind of way because another type of property is seeing the level of success that they are, and that's making them feel some kind of way. I don't even care about that. But what I will say is this. I think Palworld's probably going to be fine. They might flew a little close to the sun, but they'll probably be fine. Who won't be fine is going to be people that like do the mod stuff. Yeah, they're coming for that. They're not playing around with that stuff. We already know a few of, like, Nexus isn't playing that. They got their stuff taken down where you had that mod that added all of the Pokemon characters to the game of Palworld. So they're not going to be flying with that. And that probably will be more of what's going to be their investigation, right? Because, again, what can they go after them for other than, yeah, it's kind of a ripoff. That's for sure, but they're not, like, copying you to a T, okay? So we'll see. They did fly really, really close to the sun, like really, really close to the sun. And when dealing with big companies like this is the type of stuff that happens. So to my knowledge, nothing's gone on. They haven't sued like Palworld or anything yet. But the old saying is, I guess you don't start seeing success until you do get sued. So Palworld, what are they, like 7 million, I believe, copies sold of this game since, as of the date of me recording this video. And yeah, you're going to get put on some people's radar when you do stuff like that. But it will be interesting to see this stuff play out. But yeah, you mods, I'm going to tell you right now, of course you can still get them where you can get them. But yeah, with the officialized ones, Pokemon Company ain't playing with that. Not at all.